So Sheriff Tom Homan going to be taking over for President-elect Trump as the border czar. What are your immediate thoughts on that?
Well, I've known Tom for a while. He was 5 or 6 classes ahead of me at the Border Patrol Academy. I think he's a good man. I think he's a good pick for it. He's one of those that he says what's on his mind and doesn't hold any punches back. And if he's wrong, he'll admit it. And I think he's a good choice. I think he'll do a good job.
What does a good job look like to you?
Well, he's gonna follow the law and he's gonna follow policy. And if somebody needs to be removed, he's going to remove them. And if policies, he's not going to circumvent the law by trying to come up with some policy because policy does not override the law. He's going to follow the law.
One of the things that's been talked about the most is the mass deportation aspect of all of it. I believe
Right.
8.3 million or undocumented migrants in America right now, and that's kind of what's concerning everybody is that mass deportation aspect. Do you think that that's something that should happen?
Well, they shouldn't have. Well, like he said, like I said when I was in the Border Patrol, if you want to come here legally, this country is based on immigration, and there's a right way and there's a wrong way to do it. And the right way is to either come in through the port of entry or apply in the country you're from to come in here legally. This coming in through the between the ports of entry has got to stop. It's draining the resources of our country. Do it the right way. There's no problem. My in-laws are legal immigrants, no problem. They have issues with the illegal immigration. So we need to find out where they're at, and we need to either get that done the right way, or they need to go home. Especially the criminal alien aspect of it. All these that are from Venezuela that have been released from prisons in their country, the Cubans the same way. They need to go back. They have no place here.
As a border sheriff, what do you see every day, and what would you like people who maybe don't see it every day to know?
Well, the depletion of our resources here in Kinney County. I mean, my 6 guys, we were hired to protect the citizens of Kinney County, the residents here in Kinney County. During the Biden administration, especially the first 2 years, we were having to do immigration job because they were tearing up the ranches, they were tearing up the fences, they were up and down the highways. Border Patrol couldn't do their job because they were having to process everything that was being caught in Eagle Pass, left us holding the bag. So we had to kind of step in and fill in for them because of everything that was going on the highways. And now that things have slowed down, we can go back to helping the little old ladies get their cats out of the trees and carry in groceries. That's what we're supposed to do in a rural community.
So how hopeful are you maybe now as compared to maybe 2 weeks ago when we didn't know who would win the election, we didn't know who the border czar was going to be. How hopeful are you now that the border will um, some of the issues on the border will subside?
Well, I'm hoping it'll go back down to the way it's supposed to be, where maybe like when I don't know how to describe it, but maybe it'll be a little more peaceful for the people who live out in the surrounding areas, who live out on the ranches, who don't have to worry about their fences being cut all the time, or they don't have to sleep with their, when they're at night when they're home trying to watch TV, they don't have to keep their windows covered up so that it looks like nobody's home because people were coming up to their windows at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, tapping on the window. Maybe they can go back to having that peaceful lifestyle out there on the ranches. We don't get the calls at 2 o'clock in the morning and have to go out there because somebody's traipsing around and trying to steal stuff. So hopefully we'll go back to, I don't want to say pre-Biden era.
Last two questions for you. When there was this kind of mass deportation aspect a couple of years ago, um, there were a lot of children who were separated from their families, children who are American citizens separated from their families who are illegal migrants or undocumented migrants. How should Homan and the Trump administration handle that aspect of this?
Well, even when I was in the Border Patrol, if the parents are here illegally and they have that option to take the family with them. There's nothing that says, we're going to make you separate from your family. The family can go with them. That has never been the issue. The people that have made it the issue are the ones that are pro illegal immigration, or some of uh, the politicians and some people in the press. The families can go. The families have always had the ability to go with them. It's not like we're going to run in here and snatch the parents away and leave these kids behind. The parents have the option to take the kids with them. That's always been the case.
So with a lot of those cases, then and that just means that the parents are choosing to leave the kids in America as opposed to
Exactly.
leaving, correct?
Exactly.
Gotcha. Is there anything else you'd like to add about Tom Homan or anything else regarding the Trump administration at this point?
No, we're just going to have to play it all by ear and see how it works out. Uh, there's going to be your pros, there's going to be the cons. I'm not saying that Trump's going to be the perfect president because I don't think we'll ever have one. There's always going to be the hiccups in between. We're just going to see, is it going to be the lesser of the two evils? We just have to play it all by ear and take it on a day by day basis from here until 2028. We'll see what happens then.